You may never look at a penny the same way again. What if a simple 1963, 1976, or 2017 penny sitting in your pocket could be worth thousands, or even millions of dollars? These coins, often overlooked as just loose change, have been hiding incredible secrets, rare errors that could make them some of the most valuable treasures in the world of numismatics. From double dies to off-center strikes, we'll reveal the hidden flaws that make these pennies worth more than their weight in gold. Stick around, because you won't believe what we're about to uncover. This could be the start of your next big discovery. The 1963 US penny might seem like an everyday coin, something you wouldn't give a second glance, let alone consider valuable. After all, it's just a penny. Yet, there are rare 1963 pennies that have turned out to be worth not just a few cents, but hundreds of thousands, or even millions of dollars. How is that possible? What makes these pennies so special, and why is it that a seemingly ordinary coin could have such a high price tag? The answer lies in rare and unique errors made during the minting process. Coins like the 1963 penny can be subject to a range of unexpected issues that result in rare and highly collectible versions. Some of these coins, due to their errors, have captivated numismatists and collectors alike, fetching extraordinary amounts at auctions. But these mistakes don't just happen every day, only a handful of these misprints exist, making them incredibly valuable. To understand the magnitude of these rare coins, it's important to know exactly what we're looking for. So let's start by taking a closer look at the 1963 penny itself. The 1963 penny features a famous design, with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse, which has remained virtually unchanged since the coin's introduction in 1909. The reverse of the coin, meanwhile, depicts the iconic wheat stalks, symbolizing the agricultural backbone of the United States. It's a classic design, and for most of us, it's a symbol of everyday life. However, what makes this specific coin so exciting is the potential hidden in its minting process. The U.S. Mint struck millions of pennies that year, but like with any large-scale production, errors were bound to happen. Some of these errors were so subtle that they went unnoticed at the time, but today, they could be worth thousands, or more. The key to unlocking this value lies in recognizing these rare errors, which can be surprisingly difficult to spot if you're unfamiliar with them. One of the most common errors found on the 1963 penny is the double die error. Double die occurs when the coin is struck multiple times by the die, resulting in a double impression on the coin. This often happens when the die isn't perfectly aligned during the minting process. The result is a coin where certain elements, like the date or the word Liberty, appear twice, slightly offset. In the case of the 1963 penny, if you come across a coin where the date, 1963, appears doubled or the word Liberty looks to have a shadow, you could be looking at a rare double die penny. These errors can be subtle, but they can make a huge difference in the value of the coin. A typical 1963 penny, in good condition, is worth only a few cents. But a double die version? It could be worth anywhere from a few hundred to several $1,000s, depending on its condition and the severity of the error. So, what makes this error so valuable? The key is rarity. While double die errors are not unheard of, they are far less common than regular coins. Even among error coins, the double die variety is something that collectors actively seek out, which drives the price up significantly. If you are lucky enough to find a 1963 penny with this error, you could potentially turn a pocket change coin into a small fortune. Then there's the off-center strike. This error happens when the coin isn't aligned properly when it's struck by the die. As a result, part of the coin's design is missing, while other parts are stamped off-center. Off-center strikes can vary in severity, with some coins having just a slight misalignment, while others are dramatically off-center, missing large parts of the design entirely. Finding an off-center 1963 penny can be thrilling for collectors. The more dramatic the error, the more valuable the coin. A small off-center penny might only fetch a few $100s, but a penny with a major off-center strike, where large parts of Lincoln's face or the date are missing, could be worth thousands. In some cases, an off-center 1963 penny has sold for over $10,000 at auction, depending on the condition and how much of the design is missing. The rarity and uniqueness of these errors contribute greatly to their value. Another common error to keep an eye out for is the repunched mint mark (RPM). The mint mark, which indicates where the coin was minted, can sometimes be struck twice, resulting in two impressions on the coin. The mint mark could be off-center, or it could appear as if it was struck again in a different position, either at a slight angle or too far to the left or right. These RPMs are a classic error that many collectors seek out, especially when they occur on coins that were minted in large quantities, such as the 1963 penny. An RPM on a 1963 penny can be valuable, with certain variations reaching prices in the thousands. The value is determined by the severity of the repunching and the specific mint that produced the coin. If you have a 1963 penny with a clear RPM, don't assume it's just another common coin. It could be worth a lot more than you think, and a numismatist will be able to confirm if you have a legitimate example of this error. Now let's talk about one of the more subtle but fascinating types of coin error, the die crack. A die crack occurs when the die used to strike the coin begins to crack and break down over time. These cracks can appear anywhere on the coin, but they are most often found along the edges or in the design itself. A die crack can cause raised lines or a cud effect, which is where part of the coin's design appears to be missing due to a chunk of the die breaking off. Die cracks are often seen on older coins, and while they might seem like minor imperfections, they can add significant value to a coin, especially when they are rare or prominent. A 1963 penny with a large die crack could be worth more than a standard penny, depending on the size and location of the crack. Some die crack errors have sold for hundreds of dollars at auctions, particularly if the crack runs through important parts of the design, like Lincoln's face or the date. Along with die cracks, another error that collectors look for is the planchet error. A planchet error occurs when the blank metal used to make the coin isn't properly cut, leading to missing parts of the coin's design. A planchet error on a 1963 penny can make the coin appear incomplete, and while it may seem like a mistake, this flaw actually increases the coin's value. When collectors find a 1963 penny with a planchet error, they'll often pay top dollar to add it to their collection, as it represents a unique and highly collectible version of the coin. In all of these cases, the rarity of the error is a huge factor in determining the coin's value. Coin errors are rare by nature, and the 1963 penny is no exception. Even if you have a regular 1963 penny, it could be valuable if it's in mint condition. But if you happen to find one with an error, especially a dramatic error like a double die, off-center strike, or repunched mint mark, you could have a coin that's worth far more than face value. To put this in perspective, one of the most famous error coins in recent history was a 1963 double die penny that sold for over $100,000 at auction. It was discovered by a collector who was going through a box of loose pennies, not realizing the treasure they had in their hands. This is just one example of how a rare 1963 penny can turn into a life-changing find. Whether it's a double die, off-center strike, or any other error, these coins can be worth far more than you might expect, and with the right knowledge, you could be the one to discover the next big find. The key to recognizing these error coins is knowing what to look for. It's easy to overlook a subtle mistake, but with a magnifying glass and a keen eye, you can spot the differences that make all the difference. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, taking the time to inspect your pennies could lead to a valuable discovery. And remember, it's not just the rarest coins that can bring in big money, sometimes it's the little mistakes that can turn a coin into a collector's dream. The 1976 US penny might look like an ordinary coin at first glance, but what if I told you that one of these pennies could be worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars? That's right, a single cent, sitting unnoticed in someone's coin jar, could hold unimaginable value. Today, We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1976 US penny to uncover why some of these coins are worth a fortune. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for, how to identify valuable error coins, and what makes these tiny treasures so special. The 1976 penny was minted during an exciting time in American history, the bicentennial year celebrating 200 years of independence. While the penny itself didn't receive a commemorative redesign like the quarter or half dollar that year, it still carries a unique charm. This penny is part of the Lincoln Memorial series, featuring Abraham Lincoln's profile on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. These coins were produced at the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, but as we'll see, not all pennies were created equal. The composition of the 1976 penny is an important detail. These coins were made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, giving them a distinct weight of 3.11 grams. This copper-heavy composition was standard for pennies until 1982, when rising metal prices led to a switch to a zinc core with a thin copper plating. So, the 1976 penny not only represents a piece of history but also belongs to the era of heavy pennies, making them stand out in today's circulation. But here's the twist: it's not the standard 1976 penny that makes collectors' hearts race, it's the errors, those tiny imperfections caused during the minting process, that can skyrocket its value. Mint errors are like nature's little surprises, each one unique and often incredibly rare. And in the case of the 1976 penny, these errors can turn an otherwise common coin into a treasure worth thousands. Let's talk about the most sought-after mint errors, starting with double die errors. A double die occurs when the design on the die, the stamp used to strike the coin, is accidentally impressed twice at slightly different angles. The result? Parts of the design appear doubled. For the 1976 penny, look closely at the date, the word "Liberty," and the phrase, "In God We Trust." If you notice a doubling effect on these features, you could be holding a valuable double die obverse penny. The reverse side can also exhibit doubling, though it's less common, so keep an eye on details like the Lincoln Memorial or the words "United States of America." Another type of error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank, or planchet, is not properly aligned during the minting process. The result is a penny with part of its design missing or shifted. The value of an off-center strike depends on the percentage of misalignment. The more dramatic the error, the higher the value. An off-center 1976 penny that retains most of its date and mint mark can fetch hundreds or even thousands of dollars at auction. Planchet errors are another exciting category. These occur when the coin blank itself is flawed or doesn't meet the proper specifications. A 1976 penny struck on the wrong planchet, such as one intended for a dime, would be smaller and lighter than usual. These wrong planchet errors are exceptionally rare and highly prized by collectors. Imagine finding a penny that weighs significantly less than the standard 3.11 grams, it could be worth a small fortune. Clipped planchets are equally intriguing. These coins appear as though a small portion has been neatly clipped from the edge. While the cause can vary, genuine clipped planchets are distinguishable from post-mint damage by their smooth, curved edges. A 1976 penny with this error in good condition could easily sell for hundreds. But perhaps the most dramatic errors are strike-throughs. These occur when a foreign object, like grease or debris, gets between the die and the coin blank during the minting process. This leaves a blank or distorted area on the coin's surface, creating a truly one-of-a-kind piece. Strike-through errors on 1976 pennies are rare, and the more noticeable the flaw, the more valuable the coin. What makes these error coins so valuable? It's a combination of rarity, demand, and condition. Serious collectors seek out these anomalies because they're unique pieces of history. The rarity of a particular error determines how many collectors are competing for it, driving up the price. And of course, condition matters. A well-preserved coin with minimal wear is always worth more. To truly understand the allure of error coins, let's look at some real-life examples. One collector, while sorting through a roll of pennies purchased from a bank, discovered a stunning 1976 double-die penny. Despite being slightly circulated, the coin sold for over $10,000 at auction. Another collector stumbled upon an off-center strike penny at a garage sale. That coin, which was missing nearly 40% of its design, sold for $3,500. These stories prove that rare coins can turn up in the most unexpected places. But how can you identify these valuable coins in your own collection? First, invest in some basic tools. A magnifying glass or jeweler's loupe with at least 10x magnification is essential for spotting details like doubling or fine scratches. A digital scale is also useful for checking the weight of coins to identify potential planchet errors. If you're serious about coin collecting, consider downloading apps that can help identify errors and estimate values. Next, familiarize yourself with the grading system used by coin experts. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with higher grades indicating better condition. Uncirculated coins, those that show no signs of wear, are especially valuable, but even circulated coins with unique errors can command high prices. If you think you've found a rare error, consider having your coin professionally graded by companies like PCGS or NGC. This certification not only confirms the coin's authenticity but also boosts its market value. Now, let's talk about the most valuable 1976 pennies ever discovered. One standout example is a pristine double-die obverse penny graded MS-67 by PCGS. This coin, with its sharp details and near-perfect condition, sold for over $20,000 at auction. Another highlight is a 1976 penny struck on a dime planchet, which fetched $15,000 due to its rarity and flawless condition. These sales show just how high the stakes can be for error coins. But the excitement doesn't end there. Even lower-profile errors can hold surprising value. A minor double-die penny, for instance, might sell for a few $100s, while a clipped planchet in decent condition could bring in $200 to $500. These hidden gems are worth keeping an eye out for, as they're often overlooked by less experienced collectors. If you're ready to start searching for these treasures, there are plenty of places to look. Start with your own pocket change or that old coin jar collecting dust at home. Banks are another great resource. Ask for rolls of pennies and search through them for errors. You might even find a rare coin hiding in plain sight. Garage sales, flea markets, and estate sales can also be gold mines for collectors, as many sellers are unaware of the value of the coins they're offering. Once you've built up your collection, proper storage is key. Avoid cleaning your coins, as this can damage their surfaces and reduce their value. Instead, use protective holders or coin flips to keep them safe from scratches and moisture. Store your collection in a cool, dry place to prevent tarnishing and other damage. Joining a community of fellow collectors can also enhance your experience. Local coin clubs and online forums are great places to share discoveries, learn from others, and stay up to date on market trends. The world of coin collecting is vast, and connecting with others can make it even more rewarding. In 2017, the United States Mint released a penny that, on the surface, seemed like just another addition to the billions of coins circulating in the economy. Most people wouldn't think twice about it as they handed one over for change or dropped it into a jar. But for a select few, that unassuming little coin became a source of fascination, excitement, and in some cases, a ticket to life-changing wealth. What makes the 2017 penny so extraordinary? The answer lies in the subtle imperfections, the tiny anomalies that turn a simple coin into a collector's treasure. These rare errors are like fingerprints, each one unique, each one holding the potential to make a coin worth hundreds of thousands, or even millions, of dollars. And today, we're diving deep into what makes these coins so valuable, how you can spot one, and why collectors will pay so much to get their hands on one. To understand why errors are so important, you first need to know a little about how coins are made. The process starts with planchets, the blank metal discs that will eventually become coins. These planchets are fed into massive machines where dies, engraved metal stamps, imprint the coin's design under tremendous pressure. Everything in this process is engineered for precision, but no system is perfect. Sometimes, things go wrong, and that's where the magic happens for collectors. The 2017 penny is made from a zinc core coated with copper, weighing precisely 2.5 grams, with a diameter of 19.05 millimeters. It was minted at facilities in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco, with each mint producing billions of pennies. But within those billions, errors inevitably occurred. Some were minor and easily overlooked, while others were dramatic and highly sought after. One of the most exciting error types to look for is the double die. This occurs when a die shifts slightly during the minting process, causing the design to appear doubled. On a 2017 penny, this could mean seeing two overlapping dates, letters, or details of the shield on the reverse side. These errors can be subtle, requiring a magnifying glass or loupe to detect, but their value can be extraordinary. Some double die errors have sold for several $100s, even in circulated condition. In pristine, uncirculated condition, they can fetch thousands. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet isn't properly aligned with the die, resulting in a coin that's only partially stamped. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin. A 2017 penny with an off-center strike showing 50% of the design missing could easily sell for several $100s or more. Then there are die cracks, which occur when the dies used to strike the coins develop tiny fractures. When these damaged dies are used, they leave raised lines or unusual patterns on the coins. These errors are often small, but their uniqueness makes them highly collectible. Some 2017 pennies with prominent die cracks have sold for hundreds of dollars, depending on their visibility and location. Perhaps the most visually striking error is the clipped planchet, where a portion of the coin appears to have been sheared off. This type of error occurs during the preparation of the blanks, resulting in coins that look as if a bite has been taken out of them. Clipped planchets on 2017 pennies are rare, and their unusual appearance makes them especially attractive to collectors, often commanding prices well above their face value. Let's not forget about transitional errors. These are mistakes that occur when the mint changes the composition or design of a coin but uses leftover materials or equipment from the previous version. While this wasn't a transitional year for the penny's design or composition, it's always worth keeping an eye out for unusual anomalies that might hint at a mix-up in the production process. To illustrate just how valuable these error coins can be, consider the story of a collector who purchased a simple roll of pennies from their local bank. Inside, they discovered a 2017 penny with a dramatic off-center strike. After having it authenticated and graded, the coin sold at auction for over $1,500. What started as a casual coin hunt turned into a significant payday. Another example involves a family who stumbled across a 2017 penny with a double die obverse while sorting through pocket change. Intrigued by the unusual doubling on the date, they researched online, confirmed its rarity, and eventually sold the coin for nearly $900. These stories aren't isolated, they're proof that rare pennies are out there, waiting to be discovered. So, how can you start your own coin hunt? The first step is to gather as many pennies as possible. This could mean going through your spare change, visiting your local bank for rolls of pennies, or even purchasing uncirculated rolls online. Once you have a decent batch, set aside some time to examine each coin closely. You'll need a magnifying glass or a loupe to spot fine details, and a good light source is essential to reveal subtle features. When inspecting a 2017 penny, focus on key areas where errors are most likely to appear. On the obverse side, check Lincoln's portrait, the date, and the mint mark for any signs of doubling or irregularities. On the reverse, pay close attention to the shield and the edges for die cracks, off-center strikes, or clipped planchets. Even a tiny deviation from the standard design could indicate an error. If you find a coin that looks unusual, don't clean it. Cleaning can damage the surface and significantly reduce its value. Instead, store the coin in a protective holder to preserve its condition. From there, you can have the coin authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. Grading not only confirms the coin's authenticity but also provides a detailed assessment of its condition, which plays a significant role in determining its value. Once your coin is graded, you'll have several options for selling it. Online auction platforms, such as eBay, are popular for reaching a wide audience of collectors. Alternatively, you can work with a reputable coin dealer or attend a coin show to connect with potential buyers. The key is to do your research and ensure you're getting a fair price for your discovery. As we approach the most exciting part of our journey, let's talk about the rarest and most valuable 2017 penny errors ever discovered. In 2020, a collector unveiled a 2017 penny with an incredibly dramatic double-die reverse. The doubling on the shield was so pronounced that it could be seen with the naked eye. This coin, authenticated and graded as MS-67, sold for an astonishing $12,000 at auction. Another standout example is a 2017 penny with a full brockage error, where one side of the coin was completely blank due to a striking mishap. This rare error, combined with the coin's uncirculated condition, made it a standout piece, fetching over $5,000 in a private sale. The thrill of coin hunting lies in the unknown. Every coin you inspect has the potential to be a hidden treasure. With the right tools, knowledge, and a bit of patience, you could be the next person to uncover a rare and valuable penny that changes your life. So start looking, start learning, and who knows, your next discovery might be worth far more than just a cent. So, next time you find a 1963, 1976, or 2017 penny in your change, take a closer look. What seems like just another coin could turn out to be a hidden gem worth a fortune. We've explored the rare errors that make these pennies so valuable, but your hunt doesn't have to stop here. Who knows what you might find next? If you found this video valuable, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights into rare coin discoveries. Keep checking your coins, your next big find could be just around the corner.